will be jumping outside naked if I win this tournament.
Somebody's going to win this thing.
Well, man, if you look at this place, I mean, it needs a makeover.
We're now going to be able to give a gift to somebody else.
We are going to be presenting this to some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life.
You couldn't buy this. Everybody gave on this. Everything in here was donated.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Just a couple weeks ago, they were having to have customers sit outside in a tent. This makes my heart hurt. That's all about to change.
They are all doing a fantastic job.
So cool, and I want to welcome this morning Ann and Mike Powdrell from Powdrell's Barbecue and our friend Chef Eddie Adams, the host who was in that rockin' outfit on top of everything. He is going to be hosting Rock This Restaurant Makeover, an economic development project sponsored by Bernalillo County and the U.S. Food Service. So good to have you all with us today.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Well, we enjoyed his Bananas Foster last week. Fabulous.
Did you like that?
Loved
Crunchy?
it. It was delish.
Did you get some of those pistachios in it?
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
Right on. Mine too.
We're so excited about this show. I think it's an amazing situation that has been presented to the local community, and the competition really used social media to make it happen. So tell us about how many voters you got and how that all worked.
Well, it started out as an online contestant, and once the restaurants were nominated, I mean, literally, we got over 150 restaurants involved. And then the voting started, and it went through the ceiling, over 60,000 votes.
Wow!
And I mean, that was like when we stopped counting because we had too much stuff going on, and believe me. We started getting feedback from the restaurants that not only were people coming in asking how can we help, how can we vote, but they were actually eating, and the sales were going up through all the restaurants. So it was a positive thing that grew into a monster.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that New Orleans accent. I just heard it.
I'm guilty.
Well, Ann and Mike, I mean, you guys have such a history. So tell us a little bit about the Powdrell's family barbecue story, because Powdrell's has a real history that a lot of people are familiar with, and anybody that's not should hear that history.
Well, it started out as a legacy that started with my mother and father, Mr. Pete Powdrell and Catherine Powdrell, and they've always wanted something of their own. And so it started out with a restaurant, and as the years went on, we developed a style of cooking, a style of smoking that, the community liked.
Oh, yeah.
And after that point, we just kept going and kept going. And again, we are a byproduct of that legacy.
That's so nice to see.
We want to make sure we carry it on.
And of course, you can see in the video here, this is the place for the best barbecue in town, and that's something a lot of people crave. To me, barbecue is very down home. It's home, right?
Exactly. It is.
You got to get your fix at least once or twice a week.
Yes, at least.
Yeah.
And and you guys have had some issues as well with, there was the fire and so many things, and I'm sure that was partially a reason why people would want to vote for the makeover.
Exactly.
Well, the fire was very, very devastating.
Of course.
It was a scenario that preceded some death. Mr. Powdrell passed away, Mrs. Powdrell passed away, and so we were in a byproduct of trying to continue this legacy, and then the fire hit.
It was like one tragedy and
one
then
two punch.
Right? Yeah, one two punch.
Exactly.
And so, how did you recover from that at the restaurant?
Well, we maintained our faith first and foremost. God's been really good, and then we had a supporting group, which is the customers.
Right.
They wanted us back in business, so we hung in there, and It's been a blessing ever since.
I'm so happy for you. And what was it like when you found out that not only were you nominated, but that you won?
We didn't know what to think. We were just so excited.
Aww.
We were so excited. And again, the thanks goes to all of our customers and to the Restaurant Makeover, because we were at a standstill for a moment.
Yes.
Yes.
So wonderful to hear that. And it makes, it warms your heart, because it's community. It's a place that people consider a neighborhood place. And to know that you have this amazing opportunity with the This Restaurant. And what was that like for you? I mean, that had to be so gratifying.
Well, what was awesome was when I came on board, I mean, I knew this had potential to be really big.
Yeah.
But then when I saw the response and started seeing the voting coming in and talking to each restaurant and dealing with each little problem that each restaurant had, because they're all different.
Sure.
But then looked at the bottom line of these restaurant people were getting up every morning 6 or 7 in the morning, sometimes not getting off till 11 or 12 at night.
Right.
And man, worrying if they could pay the light bills. I mean, in this economy, it's tough to start with. But then you started getting, why they did it. The real thing that drove them, it was the love of cooking, the love of their customers. And when you do that for years and years and years,
legacy.
People see that when you walk into Powdrell's, and believe me, you feel the love. Not only do you smell it, but you feel it.
That's so special. It's all about family, and good food always comes from good family.
It does.
It really does. And I want to let everybody know that This Restaurant Makeover is on this Sunday afternoon from 5 to 6 on KASA Fox. You may be familiar with that channel. That's where we are right now. And we really are so happy to have you with us. I also want to mention that I saw your nephew, Richard, amazing singer at the Santa Ana Star Search the other night.
Exactly.
I wish him I wish him tons of luck as well. He's a very talented man.
Thank you very much.
And we thank you so much for being with us. And we are very excited for the show.
I'm always happy to come on. Just want to make sure people view in Saturday night between 5 and 6 p.m.
Between 5 and 6 p.m. Don't miss it. KASA Fox. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time. I'll give you a hug on the other side. Now zoom in on this, okay? Is it trash or is it treasure? Well, we're getting out the loop and we're zooming in to make it clear what you've got and what it may be worth.